Hello again, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Deni Kay and we're here today to try the Glenlivet 12-year-old Illicit Stills. It is a relatively new release, it's a limited edition. Just how limited it is, we don't know, it's an undisclosed number, but I would say it's probably about as limited to as many bottles as they could sell. 48%, carries an age statement of 12 years old, it's unchilled filtered, so if those things are important to you, it ticks all of those boxes. It was $70, however, somebody put me onto a bit of a deal with Shopback, so thank you very much for that because it only cost me 49 bucks to get it. Pretty cheap, I'd say, for any decent whiskey that you buy in this day and age. I tried it before and I thought it was relatively positive first impressions of it. So wanted to sort of go through, give you my thoughts on it, because I'd been asked if I tried it what my thoughts were, and I've seen a few people make a couple of comments on it, so I thought it would be appropriate to do so. This particular release is supposed to be a nod to the Glenlivet of the past, when they were using Illicit Stills. Exactly what the Glenlivet from the 1800s smelt and tasted like, I don't know, but I'll be able to give you my thoughts of this particular one here. And my first impressions are that is a pretty, what I would call a contemporary, a fairly bright nose, some confectionery sweetness that's coming through there, and pears, apples, red apples, green apples, probably more green apples than red apples. Right now, initially to begin with, I have given this about 15 minutes in a glass, which I'll normally do. I'll normally pour myself a glass of whiskey. 10-15 minutes is normally enough to give it some time just to open up in the glass. Some caramel squares there. I would also say some toffee apples that are coming through, and some ginger that are just underlying in the background there, with the faintest hit of black pepper, just that I've picked up towards the end there as well. A 48%, nose is really nice. Ginger hit immediately, sour green apples to a certain extent. There's still some sweetness that comes through there. It's creamy. As that sour kind of note starts to dissipate, it's creamy. It's astringent all the way through. As it comes through towards the finish, it's a lengthy finish that comes through. There's that ginger, as I said. In terms of the fruits, white nectarines are coming through with apples, green, red. I'm going to pop a tiny bit of water in there and see if that helps it in any way. 48%. For some people, it could probably use a couple of drops of water. I normally try to keep these videos short and sharp, so I will try to keep working through at a decent pace for you all. Freshly cut red apples with that water. Creamy nose, freshly cut red apples. I'm also getting those confectionery raspberry lollies that come through on the nose as well. As I said, it's very, very creamy. You would think with the water that the ginger would settle. It has not. With the water, it's almost like the ginger has intensified a little bit, and it's astringent. There is some citrus peel that just keeps on powering through there as well. There's still a lot of sweetness. For me, I would prefer this without water, only because I think without the water it was actually creamier and there was that fudge coming through. At the moment, it's a little bit harder for me to find that. White nectarines are absolutely there. Citrus peel, as I said, definitely keeps going. It's still a very, very lengthy finish. Preferred it without water. I still think that it is very, very nice. If I were to score it, I would give it an 85 out of 100. And I think an 85 out of 100 is a very respectable score, especially considering the fact that it's a very accessible malt. It's very well priced. I'm not sure, as I said, how long this will be around for. If I were you and I saw it at the shop and it was a fairly decent price, $70, $80, I think it's a definite buy at that particular price if you haven't tried it before. But my last thoughts on it, just to wrap up, nose, pear, absolute pears just keep coming through. Green apples, as I said, freshly cut red apples right now, toffee apples. It's pretty fudgy on the nose as well. In terms of the taste, it's still there. So the finish is relatively long. Even without tasting again, I can tell you, there's ginger that comes through. You've got white nectarines, green apples, red apples. The green apples are more on the tart side. Citrus peel that keeps on going. The ginger keeps on going. I said a touch of pepper in the nose. There's almost a touch of pepper as this goes through and finishes there as well. That pretty much would round it up for me. So I very much appreciate the time you've taken to watch the video. I hope that you've enjoyed it.